How's it going, everybody? I'm Pierre Piscitelli. I'm very excited for today's lesson because you all have been asking for it since the beginning of this channel. I'm going to teach you guys, finally, how to play the ending of Eric Clapton's Layla. Well, it really is a Derek and the Dominos song, but we all know it to be an Eric Clapton and Jim Gordon song. This is, of course, the last half hour of Goodfellas, which is how I always think about it, but it's a pretty iconic piano passage or piano outro, whatever you want to call it. So I think you guys are really going to enjoy this one. And if you guys wouldn't mind taking 2 seconds to hit the subscribe button, it would be greatly appreciated. It helps so much with the circulation of these videos, the growth of the channel, and the more subs that we have, the more time I can spend making these videos. Thank you so much. Okay, so our anchor here is really going to be the left hand. The left hand plays these very steady and constant eighth notes like this. Each measure has 8, that's why they're called eighth notes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's a bar. So you have to be able to do those in order to play this successfully. So let me teach you the left hand first and we'll work on that end. Judging on how that goes, you can see how you feel about the rest of the song and if this is a good match for you. So here we go. Let's play a C octave. Just like this, C and C, you need your pinky and thumb. Let's do that 8 times. And I am holding down my pedal, which is optional. If you don't hold the pedal, you get this. It's a bit more dry and disconnected. With the pedal, slightly better. So after you do one measure of that, move your fingers up 2 white keys to E. Still an octave with 5 and 1, 8 times. Do the same thing up a step in F. And let's do another measure of F. 2 measures, so 16 times you hit that. Now we're going to go back to C, 8 times. Oops, I hit a bad note there, don't do that. Let's play E again, 8 times. And then F 16 times again. So we're just repeating everything a second time. Now we're going to break that pattern, and the new rhythm is going to sound like this. Bum, 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 bum. So just get that into your head. You can hear it pretty clearly on the original recording as well. So what I did was I played a B flat octave, 5 and 1, of course. That's one measure. Let's do it a second time. Now let's move up to C, and we're going to take that same rhythm but make it a little bit busier like this. So bum, 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 bum. It's more constant, so rather than sit, there's no hold at the end. It's more of a constant rhythm of a dotted quarter note and an eighth note. So again, dun, 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 dun. That is essentially the entire first page of this arrangement, which, by the way, I made for the purpose of this video, and it's available on musicnotes.com as always. No obligation, though. You can learn everything from the video, but if you want to support me and have something to follow, that is available. It's essentially what you hear on the original Clapton recording, just with some rough edges rounded out in order to make it easier for a student and easier for me to teach. Here's the entire first page. I'll recap everything I just taught you in the left hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you're okay with that left hand passage, then take a break and move on to the right hand with me. So essentially here we're going to play G and C, just like that. You can use fingers 1 and 3. You'll see why in a minute. Now here's what we're going to do. G and C, we're going to strike them 3 times with this rhythm. Long, long, short. And now you're going to see why I told you guys to use 1 and 3. That is because we are about to add E with the pinky for the next measure. So that's going to sound like this. And then for the last part of this bar, we have to stretch and play G, C, G, like that. I like 1, 2, and 5. You can also do 1, 3, and 5, but you get this awkward stretch here, which I don't like. So I do 1, 2, 5. So that second measure, think about that rhythm. Bum, 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 bum. Just like that. First 2 bars, I'll recap everything. Now my favorite part, because this is very much a pattern, so once you get kind of hooked in with the beginning of it, it gets a lot easier. Let me play it for you. This is the next 2 bars, bars 3 and 4. And here's why this is a pattern. A and C with fingers 1 and 2 always remain throughout this passage in bars 3 and 4. The pinky, or whatever's on top, is what moves down. Watch my hand closely and you'll see. So the upper note goes from G to F to E to D to C, right? It comes down. And this is the rhythm. G, F, F, E, E, D, D, and then just A and C. One more time. Now guess what? You're going to do all of that again for bars 5 through 8. So let me just demonstrate what I showed you again, because it's the same thing and I might as well play it. So that gives you 8 bars, same thing twice. And now to a B flat 7 sharp 11 chord. This is kind of a jazzy chord that doesn't belong in this piece, which makes it amazing. Like that. Very iconic little lick there. So what we're going to do is play A flat, C, and D. I like fingers 1, 3, 4. Just like that. You hold it for a half note. 1, 2, and then there's a quick little rest. So it's like 1, 2, 3. So let me talk about that single note passage. You're essentially tracing the notes you already played, A flat, C, D, but then you're going to go up to E. And now follow your footsteps back. D, C, A flat. So you're just retracing your steps and land on G and C. I'll play that again. Now let me show you the last 2 bars of the page and you'll have almost everything that you need. You're going to play D, E with 4 and 5. Thumb plays a G. And then you're going to play G and E with 1 and 5, and you play it 3 times like this. So let me recap those last 2 measures. Just like that. The last 4 bars now from that B flat 7, that funny chord I told you about. 2, 3. And that's everything you need. So now let's work on putting the hands together slowly. We'll do this piece by piece. So the first 2 bars I'll demonstrate. So the left hand is going to serve as kind of a grid to which your right hand can snap to, because the left hand is playing these constant eighth notes. Dun, 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 dun. So by identifying which of the 8 eighth notes you're on in the left hand, that can help you kind of snap your right hand in line in the correct place, if that makes sense. So I think of it this way. The right hand was like this for the first 2 bars. And the left hand was simply now I can sort of put the hands together by identifying where in relation to the left hand the right hand is going to attack. So the hands start together, which is easy. I play 3 eighth notes in the left hand. On the 4th one, the right hand comes back. And then on the 7th one, the right hand strikes again. So it's the 1st one, the 4th one, and the 7th one. 1, 2, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. See how that helps us identify where to play? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's very important. This is how you're going to be able to put the hands together successfully. Now the next bar, it looks like we are starting on 1, which is good. The hands are hitting together. And then again on the 4th left hand 8th note, we're going to play the right hand, but then on the 5th one as well. Again. And then on the 7th one. So it's 1, 4, 5, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No talking now. Let me play the first 2 bars. Just like that. See how you do with those 2 bars before moving on. Now let me play bars 3 and 4. These might be a little bit easier because, like I mentioned before, it's more of a pattern. So we're going to strike the hands together. And then on the 3rd and 4th, we will strike together. 7th and 8th. 3rd and 4th. 7, 8. So it's kind of always on 1, 3 and 4, 7, 8. Next bar, 3 and 4, 7, 8. Same spot. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just make a note of that. You do the whole thing again. So this is a chance for me to play those 4 bars without talking now. Now we're at this jazzy chord again, the B flat 7 sharp 11. The left hand, remember the rhythm changes. It goes bum, 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 bum. So no more 8th notes that are kind of just charging ahead. It's a bit different. So the hands are going to hit together. Right hand, A flat C D. Left hand is a B flat octave. And you're just going to hit together, and then the left hand can do its thing going bum, bum, bum. When you're done with that, the right hand will start to play those single notes, A flat, C, D. Now I'm about to hit E with the right hand. That means the left hand has to play its B flat again. They're together. Play D with the right hand, B flat left hand, B flat left hand with the C in the right hand, and now G and C. And immediately after, the left hand hits a C. Now D in the right hand to E, G, G and E, left hand C, together, right, left. That's a lot of stuff. Let me play it once without talking so you can just hear it. A lot of choreography there. Let me play it again, and this time I'll yell out when it's together, left, or right, if that helps you guys. Here we go. Starting together, together, left, left, right hand, together, right, left, together, right, right, left, left, together, right, together, left, right, left, together, right, left. One more time, no talking. suspect that many of you will be rewinding and rewatching that passage because it's a pain. But hopefully those different little angles and ways of looking at it are going to be helpful. Don't be embarrassed about rewatching that. I have a lot of students that have gone over that passage with me hundreds of times and it takes weeks. So do whatever you need to do. Let's move on. You are going to love the next part because we're essentially going to do a shortened version of that first section that I taught you. Let me play it for you and you'll see what I mean. Watch. Interesting, right? So it's like we chopped off the first 4 bars of the last section and it now became an 8-bar pattern, which is a little bit easier. So just remember to cut that short. And then we're going to do that shortened passage again. So I'll play it. I'm stopping here because there is a 1-note difference. I'm going to play the last 4 bars of the section I just did and see if you can hear it. Right at the end there is a walk down in the left hand, C, B, A, because the next section starts on A minor. So there's a little transition. So all you have to do in your left hand at the very end, C in the left hand as usual, and just play a B like that. And that's it. Just adding that B octave will take care of everything. I'll play it again. And then that's the next part that I'm about to teach you. We can call this the bridge, maybe. I don't know, hard to identify these sections, but it's the next section nonetheless. Let me play it for you so that you can hear it. This part is 8 bars long, and I would actually like to start with the right hand. So what we're gonna do, there's a 1-beat rest up top. There's a quarter rest, so that's good. You do nothing, rest. And then you play an A minor chord, A, C, E, like that. I like to do 1, 2, 4. You'll see why in a minute. So rest. See how everything expanded upward? So I need some extra fingers. That's why we did 1, 2, 4. So rest, A, C, E. Play it again, but then move to A, D, F. The A is staying. A is staying again, but the upper fingers move to E and G. And you play that twice, and then retrace your steps down to D and F. So again, rest, A, C, E. Again, up, up, twice, back, down. So the thumb is your anchor. It never moves from A. It's these 2 notes that always move from C, E to D, F to E, G, right? So again, rest. Now we're going to do something similar based on a G major chord. So if you bring that A minor triad down to the next set of white keys, it's GBD. It's a G major triad, which is great. So we're going to just play that as it is, and play it 3 more times, short 8th notes. And then look, same pattern. Keep the G, expand the other fingers upward this way. And then back down. Very similar. So we're moving in the same way. Slower now. So if I do those first 4 bars back to back, you will really see those patterns, hopefully. So here we go, rest, Moving on, we're going to play A as a single note with the thumb. And this very unusual and beautiful chord, kind of an A minor 9, right? You're adding a little 9 or a 2 in there. So A, and then B, C, E, and then a regular A minor triad, A, C, E. So it looks like this. And right away, single notes, D, C, D, A, A. So all of that. And now to finish it off, we're going to play C, B, B, A, A, G, G. Just like that. Again. So all of the right hand looks like this. Rest. Now let's do some left hand. I'll play it by itself just so you can hear it. I started on an A octave, just like that. Long, short, long. That's a rhythm that we've talked about before. You've heard it. And then I move up to D twice. And now from A, I move chromatically A flat, G. Then we'll play G 2 more times. And then we'll move up to C and play it 3 times. Now walk down to A by going through a B octave. So B, A. Once you're on the A, let's bring back that long, short, long rhythm again. Back up to D. Now this one's a little weird. After you play the D octave, let your index finger play a single A back to the D octave twice, and then 2 more times. So 4 D octaves in total. Let me play, no talking. Then the last part that I should mention is just tons of G octaves, 16 times. I'll demonstrate both hands very slowly together, and then we'll talk about how they work together. Here we go. So you can either slow that down and rewatch it many, many times, or stick around and I'll break it down using words as best as I can. Left, right, left, together, right, right, together, together, right, left, left, together, together, right, together, right, right, together, 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 left, together, right, left, together, right, right, together, left, together, together, left, right, left, together, left, together, 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 together. Great news is that we're going to go back to the very beginning passage again, which goes like this. this is the long one, not the shortened one. That's great news. Now remember the shortened version of that passage I just played that we did where we shrunk it to 8 bars? It went like this. Right, and it jumped to that part. We're gonna follow that profile for this next part, but the right hand has kind of a melody to it. Let me play through it and you might recognize it. It's actually simplified a little bit. All of the changes are really in the right hand, but funny enough, there is one note that's different in the left hand of this passage. You literally know 99.9% of it. There's one note that's weird. Let me show it to you. So normally we played 8 C octaves, 8 E octaves, right? 16 Fs. The only difference here is that you're going to anticipate the Fs 1/8 note early coming out of the E's. Let me show you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2. See, I go to the F early on what would be the 8th E. The rest is the same. Very annoying that there's a one note change, but it's there, so I have to tell you about it. Now the right hand plays this melody. That's it. The rest is the same. Right, you know that part already. We've covered it many times. No need to do it. So let me show you this new melody. It's G and E. Now keep the G, bring the pinky down to D. Keep the G again, bring the pinky down to C. I prefer 4 at this point because pinky would cause a bit of a scrunch. So we have E, D, C, just stepping downward on top. G remains the same. Just like that. Back to the G, E. Now G, D, single C, single A, and then this little melody, C, D, E, A. That's it. I'll play it again. And as I said, the rest is all the same. Let me show you slowly how that's going to line up with the left hand. We will start together. That's how it's going to line up. Now I will try to narrate it a little bit and give you some details. So we start together on the very first 8th note in the left hand. 4, 7. Back on the first one. 1, 5, 6, 8. So keep track of that. 5, 6, 7, 8. Remember, those numbers are in relation to which 8th note in the left hand. There are 8 per bar. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. the rest is all the same. That passage is going to be played again. I don't want to play it again because I just played it so many times, but I will tell you that after the second time that you play that passage, you do have to change one note at the end, which we've already covered. You'll remember it, I'm sure. Where the left hand goes C, B, A, so you're just adding B, and you can probably tell which section is going to come next. If you want to keep things simple, you can cut and paste what I taught you earlier in terms of that section. If you want to be really detail-oriented, I'll show you the tiny, minute, almost imperceptible differences that happen. Here's the first one. Right there in the left hand. The first time we went chromatically A, G sharp, G, right? That's what we did. Now it goes B, A, G. So it's, let's see, two notes that change. So instead of it's going to go This brings me to the next change. Remember we played this funky BCE chord with that, it's like an A with an added 9, very pretty. That doesn't happen the next time. They just play A, E, and the rest of the melody is the same. It's a little bit simplified. You don't have to do it that way, but I feel like I should tell you. So instead of like the first time, it goes rest is all the same. So just look out for those two little things if you want to be hyper detail oriented. If not, it really doesn't matter. And when they played this live, as is the case with almost all music, there are slight differences all the time. So you don't have to be religious about it. Just do what works for you. The next part is one we've done a bajillion times at this point. It is the first section I taught you, the 12-bar long version of this. Just like that. We're almost done, but I have to tell you that something interesting is about to happen. Let's take the first 4 bars of what we just did, which you're very familiar with by this point. Just that. You are going to now repeat that 5 times. Seems weird, but that's how it goes. Do you have to do it 5 times? No, not really, but on the recording, it happens to do that. So let me show you what that looks like if I can get through that. This is 2. Three. 4. 5. And now, no surprise, we're going to finally break into this. You already know there's a bit of a retard starting here, which means slow down, take it easy. We're about to end the piece. Now here's something new we're going to do. C octave in the left hand, E, G, C right hand, big C major chord, and there's a little arpeggio coming up, which goes like this. So I played E, C, E, high C. So, and now we're going to jump up to a very high E, G, C, D, like that, which is kind of unusual to end on the 2nd degree or the 9th. So let me play the ending for you. Just like that. My left hand played another C, and then I played a low C, right, just to kind of fill it in. That's optional, up to you. I'll play it again. Like that. Make it dramatic, why not? This is probably a lot more detail than you need. You can get away with just learning the first 2 sections that I showed you and playing it for your friends, but I wanted to really give you guys the real deal and show you in detail what is actually happening throughout this recording. Remember that if you do listen to it, you'll notice that it sounds like it's a half step higher. I think the recording was sped up, but they are actually playing it in C. So even though you're supposed to be playing this, if you listen to it on Spotify or wherever, you're going to hear this. Right? You're going to hear something close to that. It sounds more like C sharp or D flat. This lesson would be twice as long if we had to play it in that key. So be thankful that it's actually in C and that it was played in C and meant to be played in C. Thank you for sticking around till the end. This was a long lesson, a detailed one, but one that I've been putting off for a long time, so I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like this video. It helps me out so much, and I will see you guys soon in the next video.